Hi everyone, Chop Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new Lil Nas X EP, 7, the 7 EP, it's 7. This is the debut commercial EP from one of the biggest musical sensations of the past year or so, that is Lil Nas X. If you told me 10 years ago that one of the biggest musical sensations of the decade would be from a dude who basically wrote like a novelty country rap song that was legitimately a banger, I would ask you how you got my number and tell you to leave me alone. I'm calling the police. Have I made that joke before? I might have made that joke before. But still, that is exactly what has happened in the dimension that we're currently living in. So a track this viral that has wormed its way into the minds of not only adults, but also little children, Fortnite dancing to it, it leads to one question. Will this dude essentially just be a one-hit wonder? I think at this point there's most likely too much industry push behind Lil Nas X for him to go without not even one single more popular track. I mean, they're going to give him some producers, they're going to give him some collaborators that are going to drive people to what he's doing regardless. The dude has just dropped a new song with Cardi B. But still, will Nas evolve into an artist that has a shelf life beyond this one track? I think this new EP begins to answer that question. For one, you have the Old Town Road and Old Town Road Billy Ray Cyrus remix bookending this project. Not sure if there's really anything I can say about these two songs that I haven't said already, that hundreds of other people haven't said already. Most likely at this point you've heard the song and you know whether or not you like it. It's a very smooth and even combination of trap and country, with the lyrics being delivered with a subtly comedic tone and being somewhat inspired by the video game Red Dead Redemption 2. Most importantly though, all of this is attached to a ridiculously catchy chorus. The track is something that feels new, but beyond the surface, it is really just a sharp rendition of something we have heard again and again and again. And if there's any formula to win the public over, it's that. Give them what you know they want to hear, but present it in a way where they think they're hearing something different. As far as the other tracks on this EP go, though, they're really a mix. You have tracks on this thing such as PANINI, which are not country in any way, shape, or form. Very modern, very contemporary hip-hop, some Travis Scott-isms, some Drake-isms, with the combination of these blissful pop melodies and somewhat trippy trap production. It's a straightforward but somewhat low-key banger about audience members or people in Nas's personal life that don't really want to see him succeed and change because of the success that he's seeing in his, musical endeavors. It's kind of derivative, but at the core of it, there is a really solid tune. The song Kick It comes from a similar stylistic place, but offers way more atmosphere and space. The instrumental also features these very weird sax embellishments that bring a lot of color to the cut. Even more surprising are the string harmonies that pop in during the very last leg of the song. Just did not see that coming, and they're kind of elegant. The substance of the song overall, essentially, just kind of hanging out, selling weed. Yeah, I wish that part of it was a bit more memorable or substantive, but still, I don't mind it. So these tracks on the EP basically serve the function of showing that Nas X can write a contemporary hip-hop song just like anybody else. Other moments on this EP, though, show Nas continuing to fuse elements of hip-hop with different genres, not just country. The songs Family and Bring You Down, both of which see Nas trying to, basically pull off a rock song. The former feels like an inadvertently awkward take on something the Strokes might do, with a kind of peppy driving drum beat and very sharp staccato guitar chords. Instrumentally, I do think it could be a lot tighter, though the tune is very sweet. I think the hook is pretty quality too, even though the aesthetics and the delivery of Lil Nas's music does very much make me feel like his style, his sound, his everything, in many respects, is in an incubator stage. He is still showing at this very early point a serious knack for writing some very melodic and very sticky hooks. The song Bring You Down is almost like what Kid Cudi was trying to do on Speeding Bullet to Heaven. It's really pulling a lot of ideas from the grunge playbook. It's got a mid-paced tempo, a very moody lead vocal, of course a wall of guitar distortion on the chorus that tones down a lot to some very crunchy, trebly thin guitars on the verses. This track does not just smell like Teen Spirit. It reeks of Teen Spirit. And again, it's catchy, but having Nas X hop on top of a grunge instrumental isn't exactly putting a new spin on anything, especially since the lyrics just seem like so non-specifically oriented around
drama,
or maybe revenge or just dislike of a certain person, either wanting to call this person out or take them down physically. I'm not entirely sure. The track Rodeo is really the only other song on this EP with a noticeable country influence, and I wouldn't even say that's the most predominant style on the cut. The watery guitars all over the song feel like they are lifted once again out of the grunge playbook. A few of the pluckier guitar leads on the track sound more like surf rock, like they're doing a Dick Dale type of thing. And then the trap drums and vocal effects and somewhat psychedelic production once again feel very Travis Scott inspired. Regardless, the track does feature a slick hook and a mystical vibe, a somewhat funny southern twang to Nas X's verses. Cardi B also makes an appearance on this song. I think it's a kind of average appearance for her. Not too bad, not mind-blowing. I wouldn't say it makes the song, but it doesn't derail it either. I don't mind it. Finally, the track Closure offers listeners one more surprise here, seeing Nas X fuse elements of hip-hop, house, even UK garage. This track to my ears feels like it could have slipped pretty nicely into the debut Disclosure record without much people batting an eye at it. The driving beat, sweet vocals, and moody piano loops all over the song feel very much inspired by that project. So once again, Nas X veers left into something totally unexpected, but he shows that hey, he can kind of pull this off too. I guess even though Nas X didn't present anything entirely new on this project, I did come away liking a majority of the songs and was pretty impressed by his versatility. So I would say in the end, I liked this thing. It's pretty cool. It's not mind-blowing, but pretty much everything on this project shows an incredible amount of promise. Hopefully now that Lil Nas X has shown he can do more than a couple things and write more than a couple songs, he will just kind of move on to the next phase of his career and do bigger and do better things. I'm feeling a light to decent 6 on this one. Transition, have you given this EP a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Lil Nas X, 7 EP, Forever.